Hi, everybody. Happy summer. Thank you so much for joining us for the ISTE Edtech Coaches YouTube Live featuring Google for Education Certified Trainer Program. So we are really excited that we have developed this relationship between the two organizations to offer our members resources so that you can become Google certified trainers. So I have just a couple of quick announcements before we turn over to all the good stuff here. So first, I want to quickly go over the agenda with you today. And I'm going to give a quick introduction about who the ISTE Edtech coaches are, what we do throughout the year, and then we will go into what the Google Certified Trainer Program is, what the benefits of becoming a Google Certified Trainer are, and how you can become a Google Certified Trainer. So if you'll notice on the YouTube Live, there is a chat area on the right-hand side of the video. Please feel free to use that. Start off, introduce yourself. We'd love to know where everyone's from. I know in our ISTE Connects PLN area, a lot of you were asking when I posted the announcement about this relationship and about this event that you'd all sort of like to form your little cohort or your own PLN of people going through the process. So by all means, please give yourself a little shameless plug in that chat area. Include where you're from, what Google certifications you currently have, if any, and then include your Twitter handle or any social media that you'd like to include there so that you can kind of generate your own little PLN list for others to reach out to who are going to go through this process. So use that chat area, share your questions. We'll be collecting them. We'll stop throughout the presentation if it makes sense. And then if not, just know that we'll save time at the end for Q&A. So keep those coming. So first and foremost, the ISTE Edtech Coaches Network is an official, essentially a subgroup of ISTE. We are one of the PLNs, or Professional Learning Networks. So with your ISTE membership, there are about, I think, currently 24 PLNs that you can join for free as a part of your ISTE membership. And each of the PLNs focuses on a different focus group. Ours is obviously for EdTech coaches, integration specialists, essentially anyone who helps teachers integrate technology into the classroom. We are a place for you to go, come, get professional development for yourself, and share and network with other EdTech coaches. My name is Katie Seamer. If I did not introduce myself at the beginning, I apologize. But I was the president of the EdTech Coaches for a couple of years. Last year, I served as the outgoing president, and now I am still on the leadership team, but just as a general committee member. So these are all of your leadership team members for the EdTech Coaches Network. We try very, very hard to give you what you need. This is your PLN. This is not our PLN. So we really, please reach out to any of us. Let us know what you'd like to see more of, less of, and what you guys need to become better EdTech coaches. So please reach out to any one of us at any point throughout the year, because we do a lot more than just present events at ISTE's conference in the summer. So let us know what you'd like to see and what you need more of. Just to make sure that you're all, you should be officially in the community if you're here, because that's where you would have gotten, it either came from the newsletter or, you saw the announcement in the PLN community. But joining and making sure that you're a part of PLNs is a little bit different now. ISTE relaunched their community spaces. So you have to go to community.iste.org, and then you can just click join a PLN. You just log in with your ISTE credentials. And then you'll click join a PLN, and you just want to make sure that the EdTech Coaches Network is selected. And then you, right below join a PLN, you'll see my communities. So once you've joined, this is how you get back to our sort of back end, behind the scenes community area. So when this recording is finished, I will post the link to the YouTube in that library tab area. So you'll be able to come back to it, reference it as you work through your certified trainer applications. So that's really important, just to make sure that you are officially a member of the community so that you can access not only this recording, but all of our additional resources. And just to kind of wrap up kind of some of those other things that I mentioned that we do as a PLN throughout the year beyond the conference, we have Twitter chats every month on the last Tuesday of every month at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern. Our hashtag is ETCoaches, so you can join us. It's the same chat. We just host it twice to accommodate different time zones. So by all means, please share the good stuff and connect with each other using our hashtag. We also do a book study every year. That's typically held in about usually January, February. It looks like Pam Shoemaker is joining us here on the YouTube Live. She's in the chat. She and Greg Gilmore put together the book study, and they do a phenomenal job. So I believe, she can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I believe this year the book study will be Learning Supercharged, will be the book. So we have excellent participation there. We do a playground webinar series. So we host a webinar once a month throughout the school year. And essentially, we just ask people who present at our playground at the conference in June. We pick some of the most popular presentations there, and we ask them to re-present those presentations throughout the year in a webinar format. So those have also been very popular. And then we also have blogging buddies, where if you have a blog, we group you with 4 other EdTech coaches so that you can all comment on each other's blogs once per month, and it's some accountability to get you to blog and reflect once per month. So that's blogging buddies. We also offer a local conference meetup kit, where we essentially take our meeting that we do at the National ISTE Conference in June, and we put together a little kit with a conference proposal, so you can take that back to your local conferences and present. Because we know not everyone can make that international conference over the summer, so we try to reach as many of our members and EdTech coaches as we can. There's just under 5,000 of you in the PLN, so we know not all 5,000 of those people get to come to wherever the conference is held in June. So that's a way for you to take it out. And then, of course, anytime ISTE refreshes the standards, we try to host standards events so that we can get your input to form those new standards. And then our newest offering is, of course, our relationship that we have developed with the Google for Education Certified Trainer Program to offer you resources, tips, different things throughout the year to help you obtain your Google for Education Certified Trainer certification. So without further ado, that's why you're all here. So I would love to introduce our Google representatives and points of contact who are joining us on this YouTube Live. We have Alina Politzer and Justin LeCap. Alina is the Certified Trainer Program Manager on Google Education's team. Previously, she worked in 2 other roles at Google and left to run teacher professional development at an EdTech startup. From there, she got a taste of the classroom as a 2nd grade teacher and is now back at Google, thrilled to be working in this role that combines her passion for education with the belief that it can be improved by technology. And Justin is the community manager on Google for Education's Global Adoption and Impact team. In the past 3 years, he's worked on program management for the Certified Trainer, Certified Educator Program, Google Educator Groups, or GEGs, the Summit and Voucher programs. Currently, he's working with PD Partners and event management for the Certified Innovator Program. His passion lays around events, as his favorite part of the job is coordinating big ones like educator mixers at ISTE and quarterly innovation academies. And I can personally speak to Justin's event planning skills from this previous Innovator Academy. He nails everything down to a T. So I'm so excited to have you two, and I am going to turn it over to you two now. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Katie. I'll switch over to share my screen. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the Google Certified Trainer Program. Katie tells me that most of you are already familiar with the Google for Education in general and a few of our programs, but I'll quickly walk through what we do, and then we'll also cover the benefits of the program as well as how to apply. So the mission of the program is to empower instructional leaders, such as yourselves, to train, develop, and support educators as they redefine learning with technology. Trainers are passionate and creative individuals who provide professional development and other support services to educators and schools. Typically, a lot of the most common individuals that are in the trainer program have roles such as instructional technology coach or specialist, teacher on special assignment, ICT director or coordinator, and we definitely also have educators themselves in the program. One thing that we make very clear is that we try and also not only have a number of benefits in the program for those that are already trainers, but we also try and foster the trainer professional development. So here you can see that there are 5 characteristics of effective PD. Google certified trainers strive to align the learning and practice of all of our tools to these principles. In general, we have top trainers deliver PD that is ongoing, job embedded, student focused, research based, and specific and relevant. You'll learn more about how to do this once you're part of the program, but just know that these are part of our pillars. You'll also see that training and coaching opportunities come in many shapes and sizes. We encourage trainers to diversify and try to offer many of these services, including one-to-one coaching, one-to-many workshops and boot camps, large in-service PD sessions for school districts, acting as IT or technical support when needed, being the go-to person for any new technologies, and consulting with school leadership on change management. In order to prepare trainers to become the best they can be, Google offers a number of resources for trainers, and this is even before they've been accepted into the program. So on the Teacher Center, which I'll have the link for a little bit later on, you'll find a course specifically designed for EdTech coaches. Most of the lessons on here are on coaching best practices and tech integration. I'll talk a little bit more about this course during the application section. And then, again, I'll talk about this part in the perk section as well, but if you're interested in getting to know other certified trainers, I recommend looking them up in the EDU directory by going to edudirectory.withgoogle.com. Justin is going to talk to you a little bit about the benefits of being a Google certified trainer.
Cool, thank you, Elena. So there are many benefits that come with being a certified trainer. This on the screen right now is a screenshot of what is listed on the certified trainer landing page. So you have the badge, visibility in the EDU directory, powerful, ready-to-use training and professional growth resources, the G Suite for Education demo domain, membership to an exclusive community of trainers, and an exclusive look to at new Google product launches. And then I'll go more in depth on some of these in the coming slides. The certified trainer badge. So you could receive an official Google badge that you can put in your email signature or on your website or blog and other marketing materials. Again, the Google for Education team launched our own online directory that features profiles of all certified innovators, certified trainers, and partners. This directory platform is an excellent resource for teachers, schools, potential employees, and others within the Google community who want to connect with their local Google for Education certified trainers. Shared resources. Another perk is a shared resource database that is only available to certified trainers via the private trainer site. Time and again, when you talk to Google certified trainers, they mention the community as the top reason why they love the program. This shared resource database is maintained and vibrant thanks to that community. So aside from these on the screen, there are thousands of other shared resources that trainers all over the world upload to our site, and that's available for everyone in the program. Next slide.
Oh. Did you get it?
Did it freeze? Okay, the training domain. Another benefit is a free Google domain. So we can upgrade your training domain to G Suite for Education, and this will allow you to have a separate domain for demos and training purposes. Trainers are the only individuals who get this benefit that was previously reserved for premier partners such as CDW and Dell. So more about this is that you could host up to 100 users, and you have access to the admin console. And on the slide deck, there's a link for 45 ways to use G Suite in the classroom. And the network. So also, as we mentioned before, the community consists of a vast network. Right now, there are over 3,100 certified trainers all over the world. So with this, it enables you to expand your personal learning network. You'll be able to meet other trainers who can help answer your product questions or brainstorm training ideas. And I'm sure many of you know Jenny McGarrett from Chicago, and she quotes, "Being part of this program has connected me with a global network of educators who, while being like-minded in passion and geekiness, bring disparate views and ideas to the community. As such, they've helped me grow as an educator and advocate for my students." So events. Being able to participate in Google events at ISTE, BET, and EDU on Air. So almost every year, we invite our certified trainers to events like ISTE, BET, and EDU on Air. This is a great opportunity to work alongside Googlers and build the trainers platform. Some specific benefits at these events are being invited to an inclusive certified educator mixer and opportunities to participate and present at Google for Education's teaching theaters and webinars for EDU on Air. And finally, product updates. All certified trainers sign an NDA as they're onboarded into the program as part of their experience. One benefit of being in the program is that you get to hear about the product updates before anyone else does. So for example, at ISTE, we had a private event for trainers to hear from our product teams and be able to sign up for early trusted tester programs for new features. And also a couple of times throughout the year, the Google for EDU product teams will share our product updates to all certified trainers for them to get a firsthand and inside scoop of all the great googly things coming their way.
Thank you, Justin. So Katie tells me a lot of you are looking to become trainers yourself. So I'll walk you through the application process and what to expect. I will give an overview, and if anyone wants to know more and dig deeper into certain parts of the application or certain questions in the application, please feel free to ask so in the Q&A portion right after this. So the first step in becoming a Google certified educator or certified trainer is to become a certified educator. So there's the level 1 certification, which consists of the fundamentals course, and I'll mention the vouchers a little bit later on, but as a part of this community, you do have access to vouchers. Then there's also the level 2 certification, which is the advanced course, and the more advanced certified educator. After that, you'll complete the trainer skills assessment, and this covers the course and the units that I spoke about earlier that are something that you have access to before officially becoming a trainer, but you use that course to help you pass this assessment. And then from there, you can film your trainer video, which, again, I'm happy to dig more into if this is what you're specifically interested in. But there's a 3-minute video where you go into 2 primary parts. The first minute is why you want to be a certified trainer, and the second minute is a quick tutorial on a Google educational tool of your choice. The key here is to remember to upload it and share it with us, because we can't review it if you haven't shared it with us. And a lot of people ask for tips on this one, but the main one is really just to be yourself. Then the very last part of becoming a Google Certified Trainer is to submit the official application, where we'll ask you a little bit about information about yourself and your schools, your role, etc. You'll submit that video that you filmed, and then we'll also ask about your training and professional experience. We'll have you go through a bit of a goal-setting exercise, and then we'll have you dig deep into what we call the case study section, where we'll ask you to specifically focus on a recent larger training that you ran, and tell us a little bit about that. And then, of course, you always want to make sure that everything has been double-checked and you can submit your application. We review them once a month at the end of every month. And so our goal is to really get applications or application decisions back to candidates within 4 to 6 weeks of them submitting an application. So what I had mentioned previously for the level 1, level 2 exams and the trainer skills assessment is that we, as part of our collaboration with the ISTE Edtech Coaches PLN, we are offering vouchers for the of you that want to get certified in the next few months. This is available for the next month, and I will be sending out vouchers to those that have already signed up for it this Friday, and then I'll send them out once a week until August 31st when that closes. So if you're interested in either becoming a certified trainer or getting your L1 or L2 certifications, please do write down this bit.ly link. And then if you have any questions at all, you can contact us through this alias, gfe-trainer-program@google.com. Both Justin and I, as well as the other members of our team, will be answering those. So yeah, and we can move on into the Q&A portion now.
All right, guys, so those of you who are watching, if you just want to share any questions that you have at all about the video, specific parts of the application process, anything at all, just share those in the chat, and then Alina and Justin will address those questions. So it looks like Frederick is asking, is the voucher for the test fees?
Yes, exactly. I had the cost of each of the exams here. So it was $10 for the L1 certification, $25 for the L2 certification, and $15 for the TSA. And so if you contact us, we ask which of the 3 or all 3 that you need. And then once you let us know, we'll send you the vouchers so that you do not need to pay that fee.
Okay, so Doug is asking if you go to that link, it will say you have already filled out the form, right? Do you have, Alina, do you know, do you have it set so they can only fill it out once?
Yes, you should only be able to fill it out once. If you filled it out erroneously, just contact us through that alias.
Okay. And then Valerie is asking if we already have level 1 certification, how do we piggyback it onto the rest of the process?
Yeah, great question. So a lot of people actually will not even know about the L2 or the trainer exam when they take the L1. And you can just go back into g.co. Here, I'll write it down here. g.co/teacher center. No, it's not for me.
I could try doing it.
Yeah, thank you. So the address is g.co/teacher center, and that's where you can take the L1 certification that you have and then go into the advanced course to get your L2 certification, and then from there going to the trainer course to get your TSA exam. To Doug's question around what kind of time we should dedicate to these courses, I'll go back into the courses themselves. Sorry, I think you were asking about the courses, not the exam. The courses themselves, if you go to g.co/teacher-center, you'll see that when you click on a course, it'll give you an approximate time estimate for each one. That's how long they expect on average that it'll take you to complete each of the units.
So it looks like Marie is asking, what kind of feedback is given if certification isn't achieved the first time?
Oh, so we actually have a full team of veteran certified trainers who review each of the applications, and it actually goes through multiple reviews. And if you weren't successful in your candidacy, then we send you a detailed, personalized email on what you can improve if you want to reapply.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so then Alyssa's asking, how are the different parts of the application weighted? Obviously, everything is important, but is there an area you would suggest giving a little extra attention to?
I mean, to be honest, all areas are important. I would say that one part that is commonly overlooked is the case study section. So in the case study, we really want to make sure that you show that you are reflective and that you really engaged your training audience in a way that shows that you have that growth mindset and that you want to continue receiving feedback and growing yourself as a trainer and adapting your trainings to your audience.
Thanks. Rebecca is asking, what are the common mistakes that you see in an application? So things that people should avoid.
Great question. So actually,
give us the Letterman top 10.
I'm sorry?
I said, give us the Letterman top 10.
Yeah, so actually, if you go to create your application, before you even start your application, you'll see that there's this FAQs page, and within the FAQs page, we specifically go into what happens if your application was not selected. And there's a link to see the top reasons that people are unsuccessful. To be honest, most of them are seemingly or surprisingly things that are just overlooked. One of them being that sometimes people will forget to include links to their training materials or their feedback of the training, so that or they'll include the link and not make the Google Doc or slide or sheet or form viewable. So we can't actually review your candidacy if we don't have the links to any of your materials. Another one is that certifications are often overlooked, so they won't be uploaded or they'll be expired. For most of you that are taking your certifications currently, you shouldn't have a problem, but you do need to make sure that they are current. They need to be validated. You would need to just retake the exam if you took it over 3 years ago. And then another one is we really, really appreciate the eager videos that we get, but sometimes we'll get videos that are like 10, 15 minutes long. And, just like assuming most of you are teachers or have been teachers, you want someone to follow directions. So the video should really be around 3 minutes. And then the final one is that people won't list all of their trainings won't be too recent. Like we don't want trainings from 5 years ago. They usually have to be within the last year.
Yeah, I think, from working on this program before in the past, it's just very important to double check that all your links are working and that all your certificates for the L1, L2, and the trainer skills assessment are all valid and not expired. Because then if those are some of the reasons why, you'll need to wait another month to reapply.
Great tips, or I guess things to avoid, guys. Thank you. Autumn is asking for some stats. How many Google certified educators or trainers do you have currently? So I guess how many people are currently in the certified trainer program?
Yeah, I was looking at our list this morning, and it looks like we have 3,122 certified trainers at the moment.
And to clarify, those are the active trainers. We have more that have been in the program over the years, but there is a recertification piece where every year at the end of the year, we ask you to recertify to make sure that you've completed the requirements of being in the program. Justin, do you want to run them through those requirements for recertification?
Yeah, so there's 3 parts of recertification. The first one being submitting 12 training sessions on our EDU activity app. The second one is to share a shared resource that you upload to our shared resource database on our private site. And lastly, the third requirement is to take a product update exam. So every year around January, we launch this process, and it's open for a month. And within that month, all trainers need to submit all 3 pieces.
Thank you. I see Valerie asked a question about having changed schools and emails and being directed to the place where her L1 certification lives. Valerie, I recommend that you email us, and we'll be able to, on the back end, change that for you and send you the correct links. So again, it's the, oh here, I'll pull it up. It's this gfe-trainer-program@google.com. That's our alias. Katie, looks like someone's asking where they can find this webinar once it's finished.
I am posting that link right now, so you have a direct link to it, but it will be in the official ISTE communities area. So,
great, thank you.
Yes.
I see Alyssa asked about the yearly recertification. Those 12 trainings do not have to be whole school. So actually I can go back to this slide to show you the types of trainings that are commonly given and that are also acceptable in the EDU activity app. So once you get into the program, Justin and I will greet you with another YouTube live event, and where we'll have a monthly onboarding session and go through all of the details about what's included in each of the trainings for recertification and the expectations of the program. But this slide will show you a few of the common, what we call training events that do count in as part of an activity towards those 12 trainings. So yeah, there's the one-to-one coaching, there's one-to-many, and then there's consulting with school leadership as well. So yeah, we recommend that you either reach out to us if you want the full list, or once you become part of the program, we will definitely walk you through those expectations.
So, Alina, I want to jump in really quickly. I just want to make sure everybody knows where they can find this recording. So, again, if you go to community.iste.org, you'll log in with your ISTE credentials, so whatever your ISTE membership is under, and then you should see My Communities. The screenshot has the arrow pointing to the Join a PLN, but you'll go to My Communities, you'll select EdTech Coaches Network, and then it will take you to our back end area. So under the library tab is where you can find what we have our different things in the library categorized and organized accordingly. So the link to this recording will be there. So you'll be able to find it and access it, and it will just live there. So as long as you're an ISTE member, you'll have access to it.
Awesome. Any final questions for Justin, Katie, or I?
Okay, it doesn't look like we have Any more questions coming in the chat? So everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and taking part. Hopefully, I know lots of people are interested, so I think this recording is going to get a lot of views. But thank you everyone for taking time out of your afternoon to join us. And thank you so much to Alina and Justin for joining us from the Google for Education Certified Trainer team and sharing all of these tips and insights. Hopefully they will be helpful to all of you as you go to obtain your trainer certification. And don't forget to reach out. The people here watching this YouTube live in the chat for one, and then again in the EdTech Coaches network community, feel free to post discussion board posts. If you have questions and you're looking for help, use our hashtag #ETCoaches network and share with one another to help. So thank you everyone so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.